I've probably left this too late, and by the time I finish it might not be worth uploading, because a lot of what I'm about to say depends on the outcome of tonight's game. Not the first time I've done this, but meeting deadlines just isn't my thing. I did the exact same thing with my Mbappe video before last year's World Cup final, but for the record, this is recorded before tonight's UEFA Nations League final, and if this video ends up coming out after and Portugal lose this game and the Netherlands win the competition, there's really no further conversation to be had. Forget the ceremony, give Van Dijk the award tomorrow, and I'll make a follow-up video as to why. Even though it goes without saying, because he'll have beaten Messi at club level and Ronaldo for his country while putting together one of the best seasons we've seen from a defender since Fabio Cannavaro back in 2006. But it's funny because a little over a month ago, from the moment that ball left his left boot and flew into the top corner of Alisson's net at the Camp Nou, I'd have probably put everything I own on Lionel Messi winning the Ballon d'Or this year, leading basically every statistical category from goals to assists all across Europe's top 5 leagues, while being in pole position to win the treble, with La Liga all but locked up, a Copa del Rey final awaiting, and a 3-0 lead to take to Anfield for the second leg. It just felt like after years of Real Madrid and Cristiano dominating Europe, that this was just Messi's time. As we all know very well, Barcelona completely fell to pieces in the second leg, Liverpool completed an unthinkable comeback, later becoming champions of Europe, and to add insult to injury, Barca then went on to lose against Valencia in the Spanish Cup final. Now don't get me wrong, I do not blame either of the losses on Messi. A team that have spent the money Barcelona have shouldn't be so dependent on one player, to the point if that one player doesn't score, the team loses 4-0 and goes out the competition. But unfortunately, 8 months from now, people aren't going to remember the specifics. Just the hard truth that Barcelona, and Messi included, didn't get the job done. And anyway, while Virgil van Dijk has emerged into arguably the front runner to win the Ballon d'Or, and a win in tonight's final would surely lock him in for that, but who I think a lot of people are sleeping on is Cristiano Ronaldo, who after all these years I realised is the one person you should never count out. Because after whispers of his decline after his lowest scoring season, Ronaldo reminded everyone what he's all about in Portugal's semi-final win over Switzerland, with an incredible hat-trick, one of the best in his career for sure, not only because of the occasion, but the goals were fantastic as well. Ronaldo did what he has done time and time again the past 5 years, whether it's representing the national team for Juventus or the countless times he did in Madrid. In the big games he rises to the occasion and proves to be the difference. And if he can do that once again and put together another memorable performance in the Nations League final, while up against the 2 best centre backs in the world today, I think he has a case to win the Ballon d'Or. Because while I do believe Messi has been the best player in the world this past season, the reality is unless he wins the Copa America, all he has to show for the season is the La Liga title. Ronaldo has the Serie A title to match that, and is 1 win away from capturing a second title with his national team that will mean all the more if Messi fails to deliver the Copa America in Brazil this summer, believe me. Because even though 28 goals in 43 appearances is his lowest tally in some years, I think Ronaldo has been a better all-around player than in previous years. And I mean that in terms of impact in the game outside of just scoring, with 13 assists also. An unpopular opinion, but that's one of the reasons why I'm not too against him winning Serie A MVP this season. Now I don't think the Nations League is enough for him to win the award. I think he'll need to get off to a hot start next season to make up some ground statistically, because right now Messi is blowing him out of the water individually with total goals, assists, hat-tricks, etc. in 2019. Again, I just want to make it clear that this video isn't me saying that Ronaldo has emerged as the front runner or anything, but I feel assuming he delivers tonight in the Nations League final, which from years of watching this sport, and I'm saying this in advance of watching the game, because throughout his career, regardless of how well he plays on the night, Ronaldo's team usually just ends up winning the finals. Whether he's scoring hat-tricks, whether he wins the game by himself, or misses penalties in the shootout like he did in 2008 against Chelsea, or if he goes off injured like he did in the Euro 2016 final, at the end of the day Ronaldo usually ends up lifting the trophy. I think at the very least a UEFA Nations League title will propel Ronaldo back where he belongs in the conversation. Because seriously, considering Messi finished 5th last year after one of his best seasons carrying Barca to the domestic double, they could have had Ronaldo finishing like 10th this year. But for me personally, none of that really matters. I don't put too much stock into the Ballon d'Or anymore. To me in 2019, it's not at all a credible representation of who the world's best player is. I spoke about that more previously in my Ballon d'Or Exposed video, where I talked about how with Modric winning the award, we'd taken Messi and Ronaldo for granted. But yeah, this is just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think down below in the comments. Make sure to let that feedback be known and like the video if you've made it up to this point. Check out the main channel if you haven't already, and on that note, it's DKM signing out. More videos coming over here soon, and I'm gone. Peace.